Well, good morning. Ma Terry here, not with her adorable co-star. She'll be in this afternoon's video of Comment Call. All right, so why do people quit van life? There is a downside to van life, and I know I'm always Little Miss Optimism, but there is. And why don't I quit van life? Why do I enjoy it so much? Why do I love it so much? Well, I think when I watch these videos, a lot of it, people are rigid. They're inflexible and they don't plan. My older sister always told me, you got to have plan A, B, C, D, and E in case things don't work out. And I try to have all those contingency plans in place. I was camping. It's in Laughlin, Nevada. There's some BLM property out there. It's called Telephone Cove. Beautiful beachfront camping right there on the lake, 7 days, and you have a dumpster and the bathrooms, which are pit toilets. So you can camp out there for 7 days. And, it's only like 2 miles off the road, but it takes you 30 to 40 minutes to get there. Why? Because it's on BLM property. One day I drive all the way down there. We're all set up. I have my favorite camping spot. For those of you, and here's another thing that upsets people, is they can't get Wi-Fi everywhere. I will drive in my car. I will find a cell service signal anywhere. I was down in San Diego at Thousand Trails, and the mountain's full of iron, so you can't get any cell service. I did. I mean, yeah, true. I had my cell phone up there on the ceiling, and I could only listen to stuff. But I hate that. So maybe at the RTR, someone will help me with my Wii Boost. Anyhow, I digress. Flexibility and planning. So we make it all the way down there to Telephone Cove. Perfect camp spot. We were there for about 2 days, and my little butane stove broke. There was no way to fix it. The little sparking thing just wouldn't spark, and I couldn't get the gas up. So, it's like, number one, let's plan A, B, C, and D. I had a lot of prepackaged foods, but I don't like cold oatmeal. And my friend can eat Chef Boyardee in a can cold, but it's not very appetizing. So I had to pack up, and luckily, drive out of the little canyon and drive all the way down Bullhead City. There was a Walmart, but sometimes you're in places there is no Walmart. And, I guess the drive was like an hour and a half to get a new stove. That's okay. I didn't mind that at all. I'm very familiar with the town, so I made a game out of it. And a new butane stove for $20. Now they're $30. But sometimes you're in places and your little $20 stove is going to be $50. And that's why you have the emergency plan. Did my BLM plans get canceled? Yeah, because I really wanted to be there for 7 days. All I wanted to do was relax. But you know what? I'm an eternal optimist, and I make it fun. I do. All right, let's go see if we can find a new butane stove. There's a lot of flexibility on my part. And I think it's my attitude that gets me through the most trying times. I was camped up in the Poconos, and overnight it went from, the lows in the 50s, and I think on the East Coast they call it a cold snap, down to 20 something in my I was in the Prius. Thank God I was in the Prius. So, it was only one night, not a problem. And then we left the mountain. But, I think attitude, really, attitude, flexibility, seeing what is the next adventure down the road, all that really takes you forward. All right, so, let's also talk about why I walk a lot. A lot of people are lucky to have anything other than the VA for medical insurance. I am not so lucky. The VA, y'all know what I've been through. What I'm trying to say is get your medical and dental covered. And if you can't, I have so many people ask me about going to Yuma and Algodones. Like, is it really that inexpensive compared to America? You bet it is. Wait a minute. I just inhaled wrong. And not only is it cheap, but really, really good dentists. I know people that go there year after year, and what they do is they go down there, they get all their medications refilled, get seen by a dentist. This is going to be walking through stuff this morning. That was a spider web I walked from. That's why I'm going like this. It's like, oh my gosh, can I walk and talk at the same time? Not really. So, yeah, okay, so here's another tip. Let's say you're coming out to Quartzsite for the RTR. Well, it's perfectly okay to, once the RTR is over, I think Yuma, Arizona is 2 miles south of Quartzsite, Arizona, or a lot less. You guys will write it in the comments below, let me know. But, so everybody comes out to Quartzsite, they go to the RTR, they attend all the rallies and festivals, and then next what they have is they will go south, they'll go down to Yuma and get their medical taken care of there. All right, let's see what we can scare up. I'm so glad, I have a lot of my viewers that want to go for a walk with me in the morning, and I'm so glad to have you all aboard. I really am. Do you need a passport to get into Mexico? Yes, you do. Is it a pain in the butt? Yes, you do. But if you can save thousands and thousands of dollars, that's what I would do. Phone, don't fall off the new holder. I have VA, which has its own little challenges. It's like, remember when I broke my tooth in, was I in Utah? Yeah, I broke my tooth in Utah. And, it took months to even get approval to get it fixed. And by the time I left Utah, the approval came in. But, I was in San Diego and they had emergency treatment and said, okay, we'll treat you. But they have to transfer all of your patient records and do a full intake. Now, all of a sudden, I'm a citizen of San Diego. If I am traveling and I go to Las Vegas and something bad happens, they got to do a full intake. They got to make sure that when I say that my bone density is bad, we got to go in for another scan. They can't transfer those records back and forth, which is a big pain in the butt. So in a lot of ways, everybody that's not military and doesn't go through the VA, you have it so much better. You really do. All right, so we talked about medical. We talked about quite a few things on camping, didn't we? Well, it's just been my experience, all this stuff. Like I said, I've been to you go to Palm Springs, and then there's Calexico, and there's another way into Mexico. I went there with my mom. Here comes a nice koi fish. Oh, bring dog food. I forgot that. Thank you. I will bring dog food. Come on. Come say hi. There you go. There we go. So pretty. I'll bring you some dog food. Don't worry, it's on the list. It's on the list. This is why I love getting out there for a walk. Oh my gosh, my mom going to Mexico, it was a horror story. My mom's all frustrated. She wants cheap medicines and she's staying in Palm Springs. So we gather up her 4 or 5 little medical, medicine jars, and we take them down to wherever, the other side of Calexico, we'll just call it that. And every place we go in, we wait 30 minutes and my mom walks out, no, that's too expensive. Next place, they look at all of her medicines, give her a price. No, that's too expensive. And one guy, it was like $15 to refill her medicine for a year. So after about a half a day and getting nervous, not being able to get back to the other side in the United States, I said, Mom, how much are you paying for your medical? And she goes, well, I can get it mailed free to me if I'm in New Jersey, but out here I have to pay $5 for each one. $5 for each one? Oh my gosh, that was so good. But, my mom is crazy. She really is. So the prices are really good, not compared to free. Okay, I'm going to tell you, if you get something free in the United States, go with the free stuff. But, life with my mother, it's something else. It really is. Anyhow, then I also wanted to talk to you about traveling style. We're putting everything in here. A lot of people, they think they're going to go camping and, they pack everything. And it's a rhythm. It's like getting your travel rhythm. And I was lucky. I met Bob, and he like stays for months at a time at one desert, then he goes months at a time for another desert. Well, I divide my year up into 3 different things. There is no real perfect place to camp at because of the weather. The weather is always changing, except for if you're out here in LA and San Diego area, the weather's pretty much perfect all year round. Hey guys. But you're always fighting the weather, or I am. I mean, in Quartzsite it's going to be wonderful. Last year when I was staying in Bullhead City, we had high winds and Quartzsite didn't. And some years down at Quartzsite, you have high winds, and over at Bullhead City isn't. So basically, I just divide my year up into 3 parts. One part of the year, I travel around the country, and then one part of the year, I winter out in the Quartzsite, Nevada. I love Las Vegas. I really love Las Vegas. Not the strip or anything, just the little city. So much shopping there. We all know Malteri's a shopaholic. Lots of thrift stores. Savers thrift stores is the best. I love it. But, you know, I spend a couple of months out there in the desert, and usually it's October, November, December, January, February. But believe it or not, by March it gets way too hot, and it's too icy to go back to the East Coast. So where do I go? April, May, June, and July most of the times. Back to LA. I love LA. LA, Redlands when it's not too hot. Now I'm adding San Diego to my list because, you know, whether you're a stealth camper or you have an RV, I see it all over the place. People camping overnight. I wouldn't be worried if I were you, not at all. So, you know, I do a couple of months in Southern California, a couple of months in the desert area, and then for about 4 or 5 months, I just travel the rest of the United States. That is my travel rhythm. Right now, as you all know, I am waiting for surgery and got scheduled for my pre-op, make sure everything goes okay. And, you know, anxious to get out there on the road. Now, next week, we're going to I walked into another spider web. How do I do that? Oh, get off my body. And we're going to take everybody to Palm Springs. And, you know, hey, if you got any good ideas of what there is to do in Palm Springs, let me know. Also, my friend that lives up in Loma Linda, next week, I want you to Google Art for Heaven's Sake. It is magical. Go there on Friday night. It's about 150 artists over at a church close to Loma Linda, and they set up at night, and they have lights, you know, twinkling lights and everything, and they walk around on serving trays. Madame, would you like some hors d'oeuvres? They do have mimosas or champagne. They also have regular drinks. Yeah, I see that spider web. Oh my gosh. So please, please, wait a minute. Got a silly thing right there. Dismiss. I said dismiss. So go to Art for Heaven's Sake Friday, and I've made plans to get up there. It's truly magical. You will certainly enjoy that. Anyhow, don't want this to be too long, and I don't see any more koi fish. Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. For the people that RV and, you know, camp, van life and everything, do you decorate your vehicles that you dwell in for the holidays? Usually I do for Halloween, and I do for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Well, all the big holidays, I really do. Why? Because I enjoy it. I'm silly. And even though I go to, believe it or not, 99 Cent Only this year has had some of the best Christmas decorations, and they're like $1.29, $1.49 for some really good ones. So I do enjoy doing stuff like that in my vehicle. What else do I enjoy doing in my vehicle? Everywhere I go, I collect those, what are they? They're little stickers, and I put them all on the inside of my vehicle. Why the inside? I don't want people to know I'm out there camping. One way to really tell that you're not really a stealth camper is you have stickers from everywhere that you've been. And I always ask myself, you know, hey, is this person stealth camping here tonight? So if I ask the question, do please. But I'm not telling you that to frighten you. If you never get bothered, fine. I just, you know, my vehicle is very, very gray. That's it. You know, it's very non-noticeable. It's very boring is a good word. I know how to zhoosh it up, but I don't. All right, so let's say goodbye to the turtle, and I'm going to do a comment call this afternoon, mail call, and then this weekend let's do some art stuff, okay? All right, I will see you down the road. Bye, turtle.